Good afternoon. Let me take you through another important topic. I think now we have done around two videos on artificial intelligence. So you guys will be familiar on some of the artificial intelligence. If you are not familiar, then it's high time you at least go through the internet, find out what is this artificial intelligence means and how it is moving around different industries within the different sectors and how it evolve and what will be the evolution of artificial intelligence for the at least for the next 2 years. So there are different predictions when it comes to 2030, when it comes to 2025. 2025 is almost less than 2 years time. So what will be the artificial intelligence and how it will develop? So another important area, I think if you guys are familiar, if you guys search these things, another important area is recently also you have seen this OpenAI comes with artificial intelligence development into the education field. Sometimes we might think why it is important this artificial intelligence sort of a thing in education. Now, for example, if you take even Sri Lankan context, we see lot of disparity in education. Lot of students were not able to get a proper education because of lack of resources. Because most of the time you will see people now this is very evident when we had the COVID time, because when the COVID time was in taking over Sri Lanka and globally, most of the education, those schools were closed and the education was totally turned into a distance learning, or we call through the online education. In that also we have seen a lot of problems, especially in terms of not having skilled skilled teachers, as well as they are not, that doesn't mean they are not skilled in their subject. They have a lackness in using this internet and IT related aspect to cater their subject knowledge to the students. Another thing is the supportive elements. Now from that era come into this artificial intelligence era, things are moving very rapidly. So your classroom is turning from a whiteboard classroom to a virtual classroom. That is the reality. Now why this reality is taking over the classroom? Now you will see good old days, we will be going for one teacher, one school and learn everything. But now Horizons has broadened the students, they will search for new knowledge which is already existing in these social media platforms, in internet and all those things. In that sense, the most of the classroom teaching or single teacher based teaching is not a valid option now. And the other thing is, this classroom education is becoming monotonous, because more or less like it's a teacher is lecturing, students are trying to learn the thing, very few will have engagement on the with the teacher, and hence it is more monotonous for this younger generation. They would be expecting more interactive teaching, but for unfortunately they would see this interactive aspect through the exposure they are getting through this internet and social media. So there's a mismatch. That's why most of the countries now gradually turning from classroom teaching into this interactive teaching methods. It can be a very simple tool like web-based learning and teaching, into you will have this virtual reality type of teaching. Now for example, I have a experience, one of my previous workplaces, they have sent one of our technical teams for their training in foreign country, Europe country. When they go there, there was some classroom sessions. They have sent us videos as well. Then when they go to the classroom session, they were surprised they didn't have any whiteboards. On top of other than whiteboard, what they were given is a pair of these 3D glasses, or we call virtual learning. So initially it is a bit difficult, but they have taken it in a way. These people, when they come here, one of their requests was, can we have the same thing, because it is more adapting to this younger generation. Because we have seen few young guys, they were so adapted to this, they were requesting this sort of learning method and moving away from whiteboard learning. So this is happening in the classroom area. That is where these online classes are currently very popular, web-based, because they are more interactive. And but even within the online classes, now people would like to have more interactive sessions where they can engage. Sometimes if the teacher was not able to give you answer, they can they get the answer through any other source. That is where this artificial intelligence will come into the picture. Now this monotonous learning, this less lack of interaction, and then sort of we call pushy type learning, where everything is dumped into the student, those things are very outdated. Younger generation doesn't like to have that. So that has resulted this online class concept or distance learning, which is even provoked by the COVID-19 incidents. But now that era also moving into next level. That is, people need more interaction. They have more curiosity. So they want to have the same experience they are in a physical classroom, but they need to have that in their whatever, their home or workplace, and with all the interaction. So this is a very complex formula, but solution lies with artificial intelligence. So though we are thinking this as a big problem, already this problem has been addressed. That's why I mentioned even in this my start of this video, OpenAI recently released one of the this interaction, this one of these tools where they will see even this chatbot was able to give you a was able to solve some of these mathematical problems, interacting with the student. That time they have used one of their, I think, employees. So using that employee was able to do that, interacting with the chatbot. So now if you have not seen that, you are not familiar with that, even if you go into most of these generative AI, or this is generative AI is very simply AI technology or AI subset which can take a lot of data. They have a lot of data. So when you try to prompt a question, when you try to do a question, they will give you a comprehensive outcome. If you are not happy, you can even go into detail. So they are able to generate output for you very simply. So the one simple generative AI tool is your ChatGPT. So ChatGPT, there are different Google has their different other versions. So these things are very interactive. Now, for example, personally myself also, I'll be very happy to use ChatGPT to find new thing, or trying to learn something new, because it's very interactive. Once you type a prompt, before even you end the prompt, it will complete your prompt, and just what you have to do is you have to touch the tab, then it will complete the prompt for you, and it will generate the response. If you are not happy, you can regenerate and you can ask many more questions. So this generative AI, or this AI artificial intelligence subset, is completely now going to take over this online class. So what can how can we adopt to this change? First thing is, in our current setup of even online classes and even in physical classes, we have to remove this monotonous learning by inculcating this uh, online based learning. Now we see some concepts going on like smart classrooms, so at least we have to start from there. So then we can develop these online classrooms, so online our classroom from this start with smart classroom. Then we can incorporate tools like these generative AI tools like these chat GPTs, those things into our classroom. Because nowadays when students are so curious, they want to get the things, they want to search the thing and they need a response immediately. So if we can upskill them with providing this sort of AI tools which will help them to find these things, explore these things, it will give them the that stage where they can explore. Because we have to move out from single teacher based classroom to more interactive, more technology driven, more explorative classroom. So we can start with a very simple smart classroom concept where you can remove whiteboards and have a smart whiteboards and all those things. But we have to quickly go smart 1 to 2 step from smart classroom also. That is to go connect with this artificial intelligence. So we can use available tools like these chat GPTs, and there are so many AI tools you can use. If you are into creative type of things, you can have different AI tools like Pictoria, Midjourney, those sort of things. And even if you are into designs, you can have Canva is also having this facility. So there are a lot of things are there, so you can explore and you can take your students to familiarize with these things, because this is the future. You have to step into this future. Another thing is, help the students to learn these things. So as I mentioned, we should not restrict the or we should not resist the change. So when you come when this if you want this concept to be coming into your classroom, you have to get the student to use these tools, familiar with tools. Now, for example, if you are the art teacher, you might sometimes hesitate to use this sort of tool, but you while you are doing this rough sketch arts, you have to expose your students to these AI tools which is able to develop these different aspects of imagery, pictorials, and even stories. You can develop a story very simply through a script, text to script, or text to videos, or options are there available in AI tools. These things you have to expose to your students. Yes, they will, when you expose it, they will try to do things using these AI tools. That is the big concern for teachers, where they will not use their creativity. But going forward, you have to have that balance. Your creativity should link with the artificial intelligence. If not, you will sit back, because artificial intelligence, whoever using that, will have that advantage. So if, for example, if your student is very good with writing stuff, if you have another student also, he might be average with writing stuff, but he is very good with technology, artificial intelligence, he might use his average skill over this technology. He might come high above your good student. So this is a reality we have to understand. Another thing is, we have to give them a proper education or proper education on how to use these tools. For that, we need to upskill our teachers. So upskilling the teachers is another area we need to do, because now if whoever teaches you would not be very familiar with these tools, there will be problem. So we have to upskill the teachers, because going forward, one of the big ticket items will be lack of skilled labor force, because we will see people are moving from particular jobs. Now, for example, in Sri Lanka, teaching is considered not considered as prominent as other jobs, because they are in terms of salary they are getting very more or less like lesser salary and privileges. So in that sense, the younger generation will not come to teaching. Then what's our option? Then definitely we have to go for online or web-based classrooms. Then if you go web-based classroom, do we have the people skilled with teaching them? Already private sector or the entrepreneurs has touched this area. You can see the web-based classrooms like Udemy, Study Pool, all these things are there in worldwide. So if we also need to get these concepts into our classes, and as well as whoever is currently in the online classroom, just from being into a web-based Zoom or team-based classroom into a more interactive AI-based, technology-based classrooms. And the other one is this is a long shot. When you develop, I think I have explained in my video. So future classroom should be equipped with this 3D or we call virtual reality aspects. Now, even if you go to film halls, most of them are converted from just 2D to 3D. The prime reason is more interaction, more attachment of the whoever views the film into the whatever the movie, because that is where most of the film halls, the old type of film halls went out from the industry. People saw that if you can watch the same thing in your TV, why should we go into the film hall? That when you identify that, you started to have come up with these 3D or virtual reality concepts. Now people will go because they will interact, because they can't get the same thing in your TV. Most of them can't take it, because if you are have the expenditure power, you can take it, but whoever can't, they will go into a 3D film hall or 2D film. So likewise, we have to change. So in the classroom or the education also, this is a very simple step I'm explaining, because this is already happening, and we need to also come into this wavelength, and we have to also start with our kids. Even if you are a parent, please make sure your kid also give a flavor of these AI tools and how to use them. Now, for example, my kid is able to use some of these AI tools, and he has able to develop logos and develop some uh, small movie sort of things. So you have to put them into this pool, because otherwise, if you not let them to explore this, they will let behind the race where others will pass them, and after they others reach the winning pole, you will understand you have done some mistake, and then it is too late. So today's video, I want to just to open your eyes as teachers, whoever education related administration, and as well as parents, how the conventional classroom is changing, how the conventional classroom is converting into online, and online classroom is converting into interactive classrooms with the help of artificial intelligence. If you need more real example, you can go for this Khan Academy, which is a free web-based tool which is using AI aspects. You can go and search for that, and Uday City chatbot tutor. Also you can go and see those things are available. Just have a look, and those things, if you are a parent, if you are a teacher, then you will understand how world is evolving, how far world has gone in with this technology. So we also now need to adopt these things and come into the reality. We also quickly come into that reality better with our future. So and if you guys want any other stuff into AI related, I think I have released 2 videos. So this is the third video, and I'll be planning to relate uh, AI related different aspect, because I believe this will be helpful for most of the people who are watching this video, and that will provoke them to go deep into artificial intelligence. Then it will help them in their future, in their career, in their kids education, and in their future businesses. Whatever you do, it will be a